I first started playing For Honor when Mr.Wolfums recommended it to me. And yeah, For Honor is essentially a battle action game where you can play a variety of game modes, ranging from Domination to Siege, and play different characters. So I had a Kensai, and so this is going to be like a compilation with C.O.Z, yes, your host, your caster, analyzing the gameplay too of what happened. So we've got some good Domination games, and we've got some Duels as well. So again, thank you so much, and yeah, it's happened, hasn't it? I played For Honor. It's coming. Let's go. There's 25 seconds, 24 seconds, 23 seconds in the match right now. 15, 14. Some of the players are leaving the session too. The has had a few rough games to start with as well. So with lane can say that is a pretty good class for a beginner player inside For Honor. And this is a game that has received a lot of Ubisoft support for a while. There is something to be said about the matchmaking in the service, and yeah, there's still quite a bit of players on it. It was at times hard to find a match. However, the most popular game mode is Dominion or Domination. You've got a standard Domination game mode. You have 3 points, and each team has to fight to capture those points. However, they can also do takedowns on bots, where the bots are the armies under the leadership of these legends. I think so. The story of For Honor goes is that they're all fighting for some sort of lady warrior who's on revenge. So yeah, I was thinking Kensei was sort of a samurai class. Got a fast sword, easy to do some combos, rolling around, and quite big and has an ample health as well. So I suppose it was a really good start for as a player as well to just sort of get used to this character. I've seen a lot more advanced gameplay. So the gameplay works is that you essentially parry the attacks of your enemies, you can roll away, you time, and then you unlock perks and abilities that can help your team as well. And so it's basically a 4v4. So we're about to load into this map now. We have the C.O.Z and her team on the attackers team, meaning they're going to be attacking the points. We've got the defenders over here, but it doesn't really matter and such. They're going to be fighting over the points as well. We've got a mixed level of abilities and skills in here. All the victories that you see casted throughout the session. I was doing, I wasn't doing, I'm still in that mode, but yeah, C.O.Z wasn't doing let's switch to casting mode. C.O.Z wasn't doing the best, but she was going positive. She was playing the objective and she was helping her team as well. It also depends, it's a very team oriented game. I do believe a long time ago they were considering doing esports for it as well. I do not think they're going to give it esports support right now, but there is a whole huge fan base for this game still. Even though from what I know, a lot of the player base did disappear, and I thought Anna had so much potential. Great start there, capturing C. So as you can see, she's just taking out the bots and swarming them with some quick, swift strikes. She spent a lot of time in training to try and get her quick combos better. Although she's not master at parrying and still dies quite a lot, she's pretty much a noob trying out For Honor for the first time. She had a lot more victories ever since she went into training. And it's a really good thing to practice against bots too. You get an idea of the feel of your character. You can practice the combos. Again, contesting. Oh, well, the first player has arrived. Will this be first blood or will C.O.Z die? Ooh. Getting pounded on now, but the parrying is off. Not a great start, and she's already down. And it's important to stay alive within this game because there's a certain point within the game. We've got 217 in the lead right now, 273, but very, very close off. They've got a C and B so far captured, whereas meanwhile the enemy team is catching up on AQ. However, as I said, the team can break. There's a point where if they are overwhelmed to a certain level, the team cannot respawn, and we want to make sure that's not happening. And then there's also a respawn delay as well, making it harder and giving the enemy ample time to catch up. But so far, they're maintaining a great lead. Of course, not so much for the contribution, but a nice start. I mean, she is playing objective. She went straight for C and got onto it, cleared the bots for her team. Right. Nice flank there. Attacks the enemy right off the back. They've got a shield. She's trying to be a little bit more careful with the parrying now, but it looks like her teammate is helping her. Some fantastic team play there. And a great kill. She killed Android Mouse. First blood for her. And now their team again ganking onto the other one too, getting through the shields, despite the great parrying going back and forth. Again, there looks like there's a teammate on the floor. Yes, this is the kind of team play we're talking about. It looks like even though the blue team did have quite a lot of pressure since she went down 2, they are reclaiming back C. So that is really, really good to see. This is what's really important. This game rewards a lot of parrying. Good gameplay, good timing. But what it doesn't reward, especially in game modes like this, or its main game modes, is to hog kills. So you have to constantly be on the objective if you want to score. You could lose very, very easily if you're just going for kills too. Again, we can see her team are working together. They're ganging up against harder and tougher enemies too. As you can see, the direction in which the white arrow is, the direction in which her character's guard is, for those who haven't played For Honor, so just providing some context. If your direction matches the guard's direction of your opponent, then you can go in for a parry. Again, she's going on for some swift strikes, and you can see she's been practicing, still being overwhelmed there, but yes, she is going 4-2 and at the top of the leaderboard, maintaining aggression. If she can get a cooldown on her perks, and once her perks start working, as she plays and as you level up the character, you unlock different perks. So we have the healing perk. She could pull off team heals if you wanted to switch towards a healer. She could play it. So far, she's been playing Kensei, which is the equivalent of an assault class. You got heavy guy who's working towards helping his team capture points. So she should be going for the kills as well. And normally when she underperforms, she goes to not play Kensei properly, as opposed to some lightweight characters. For instance, Orochi, which is what she actually started out using. However, I think after she realized that Orochi was a little bit more of a lightweight character and not a great choice for beginners, she went straight for Kensei in Samurais. Victor chose Orochi because obviously suits the lady warrior style that she's going for. Her crest, after all, was a queen chess piece. We knew where that one came from. Again, a great heal there. She used the heal herself. Not much teammate support here. She's been attacked on the flank. Again, trying to clear out the bots. Bots count as takedowns too, which are sent over to capture points. Oh, she's down, but not a good one as she's overwhelmed there. The score is 614 to 429. We can see they've now rotated to capturing A and C, but the enemy still has only one advantage or one capture over 1 point. And this is really, really good. The key to domination in both shooter games, such as Battlefield Beta, which we saw her play quite a bit of domination in as well during the casting, and the key to these kind of objective-based modes is to always make sure every time that you are overwhelmed or your team captures a point, that you rotate towards the other point straight away. So right now we can see that they're not really playing the contesting that well. They need to work as a team to capture the points. Now we see that teammates have moved in as well, so that's good. Clearing out the bot, still no sign of an actual player yet. As you can see, anyone who isn't remotely a hero or something is a bot within the game. So they send bots to swarm it, capturing B. Excellent. But they are now making a little bit of a comeback too. Great team heal there, but there we go. Enemy contender here. One enemy team down. Ooh, backing away now, trying to block, trying to roll out of it, and got one a really, really dangerous attack there. But they're not quite being able to hold it. And this is why it looks like the enemy has gone in the lead. Almost up to 700 now, whilst they've just started on their 600 rally. But yes! It looks like that a capture on A has been made, which means the rest of the team is not lacking, unlike C.O.Z, who done a really, a valiant attempt there to try and hold a point, but was essentially floundering a little bit there. Again, this is why it's quite a good idea to go into duels as well, or at least practice dueling with a bot. It makes you a better dueler. It makes you be able to hold off more than one enemy. We know, and we've seen based on C.O.Z's average gameplay, that she can't hold off more than one enemy, but she can win rallies against one enemy and works with her team to take down others. And that's really what you'd expect from a new player anyway. You know what I mean? 791. They made a fantastic comeback. The enemy has lost B, and this is what I'm talking about. Even though they do seem to be floundering, particularly C.O.Z here and there, every time the enemy gains an advantage, they're back onto the other point. They rotate onto a point that the enemy left unoccupied, and so it means that the enemy is not playing in a way that they are holding their defense. It's a back and forth over here. So we've got these teams that they're quite closely matched. Lots of swift strike there in the combos. For those who do not, you press X and then you press R1 as well to get that. You get a really, really cool sword slice, I can say there. Taking it out there. Again, the enemy has got to 761, 670. Really intense game there. C.O.Z still managing to maintain positive. There we go. Getting all the bots onto the point. With this initiate a capture, be able to get the upper hand. Enemy still overwhelming, and it's a capture on C. 777. Still blue team in the lead. Again, that enemy has come back again. We know that they are from the Knight class. They've got shields too. Although at this point I wasn't too familiar with the different classes other than mine and a couple of others that I had recognized, we can really see that it is harder against certain enemies who are like higher tanks and stuff, and that they're using their tanks or assaulters. A lot like how Kensei is a fantastic team revive there, but to really try and overwhelm them. And yet the blue team are not backing down. They are are doing fantastically. A great team heal there as well. Now they're really picking up the pace. Haha, she's doing a parry jiggle too. And what a fantastic performance across the team overall. We can see that she's getting support from the teammates she needs when she does flounder. We got another enemy coming over here now with the bots too. All right, and it looks like it's kicking off. It's a 2v2. Will they be able to do this? It's getting high. It's getting pressure. She might not be able to hold off the parry, but she can do significant damage. Some good tactical rolling there. She knows when she can't face up an enemy, she rolls away. She prioritizes her own character survival. And even though she wasn't able to make it, she is still managing to go positive and still at the top of her leaderboard so far. An overall great team contribution from her. This is phenomenal. Oh, but a really horrid execution there. Okay, and the enemy has captured B again. Oh, it's getting close. 934 to 900. Who will win? It's like this For Honor is exhilarating, exciting game. You know, the game can change at any point. Oh my gosh, she's going crazy with the scoreboard there as well. You can see that she's got the intensity. This is what I was talking about. The team is breaking. But the team rallied. If the team continued to break and the enemy overwhelmed them, it would mean that none of the players could respawn after being killed. But it looks like they've rallied back again on the capture of point. And yes, it's C.O.Z back in with a redemption. The greatest Red Dead Redemption you ever know. And no slow walking scenes too. She's gone back onto this point, captured C. Now they're standing there, they're standing guard, and it's really good to make sure that she doesn't get too aggressive, maintains defense. But I think she judged there that C looked safe. This is after all, you know, the end of the game. The enemy are hitting at 1,000. It looks really tough, but a great sneaky attack there. She went straight into the swift strikes. She got through the flank. You know, when the enemy's back is turned, those are some really good easy click kills for beginners players as well. You don't necessarily need to be killing high. You just need to be able to maintain positive and sort of constantly be supporting your teammates and clearing the bots off the objectives. And we can really see that gameplay over here. She was doing absolutely phenomenally over here. Oh, but getting teamed on by some of the enemies too. A very tough guard. They're obviously a higher level of health. She used some healing too. And she did get, again, pounded down there, but she managed really well. Ooh, 1,144. And yet, it still seems like that unless they make a quick comeback, and speak of the devil, so did they. Now it's 1,004 to 151. Oh, it's games like this that we enjoy watching the most. Who will win this Ultimate For Honor match today? Brought to you by C.O.Z for Wolfums' birthday. Sponsored by Zaski. He loves Zach. She dropped second on the leaderboard, but that's okay. She is doing phenomenally with capturing those objectives. She's made a lot of saves as well, and so have her teammates. But the enemies, the enemies B and C, and A. A is still being captured by the enemy. It looks like they're breaking. They need to make a comeback to rally. This is looking absolutely tense. Come on, will they be able to do it? A great revive there. Fantastic. It looks like that her teammates have revived one another, and they're really trying to get into that game plan to really spin this game around, because it really looks like that now. Looks like the orange team are, you know, they've got the game, they've got the grasp on those objectives. I mean, we saw relentless, really great play from all the teams teaming up against each other. Her parries were on point for some of them, and then her flanking. Well, she was getting those team kills, but it looks like they're floundering now. Oh no, she can't respawn either, and it's this moment that can be really frustrating. You know, there's nothing you can do other than rely on your teammates at this point. But she has done absolutely well. She has done really well in this game, and I really hope that her efforts and the rest of the efforts team can pay off. Again, it looks like they've captured B, so we're watching the spectating going on. So there was a revive. Someone got saved. It looks like there's no respawn left available to her, so the only thing she could do was spectate at this time. Can she do it though? I know we can see that her team are really well performing. One's going 10-2, so the aggression was taken off her, and she's got a lot of time to just focus, and it's a victory! They came back with a comeback. They rallied second in place, 8-6. Look at the amount of kills that her team is getting and how high she was still performing on her points and her objectives too. So there was great renown there. It is a Queen Slayer along with that team, and we got a really great team. We can see that C# was going 10 takedowns to 2. And since they were really heavily focused on taking out all of these enemies, they gave C.O.Z just enough time not only to stay positive, which was her responsibility as a player as well, but to take and capture those objectives and come in with some sneaky kills too. So really good there.
Here's a virtue of which I must hold. The beats of the rain are whispering to me to fight through. Light a flame
Another game mode in For Honor is 1v1 duels, and C.O.Z did indeed engage in some of these to try and improve her gameplay Domination. But it's a great game in its own right. We have two Kensei's here, Kensei versus Kensei. What ended up being one of the best duels she ever had against the former shadow of herself. Will she able to beat it? Let's see and go into the rounds right away. This one's for the Litpack Nation. And you, broski, Mr.Wolfums, happy birthday. Okay, looks like the two Kenseis are going off on each other. C.O.Z appears to be on the blue team again, the attacking team. We've got a random player against her, another Kensei. What do we say? What do we see? What do we know? Round one is going to be a best of 5. Will it be a clash of contention or will it be easy games? C.O.Z straight in for it too. She was practicing quite a few duels, losing harshly, but she was determined to win this one. She got a few wins though, to be honest. You definitely improve when you just constantly grind on duels. A really great parry there. Lots of swift strikes and also good strikes. Light attacks are really good, soft feints as well. Of course, she doesn't know the specifics of dueling or maybe applying it, but she read it anyway. And oh my goodness gracious. What a smooth win! It looks like her enemy really needs to bring up their game if they want to even contest with her. Although she's a little winded and needs to stop spamming the roll. That's easier said than done with her. Round 2, best of 5 now. It's Kensei versus Kensei again. We've got obviously the matchups with the two players. They're playing similar classes, so it's really a test of who can parry better, who can get those openings better. Again, our enemy had a better guard up, but C.O.Z blocked both the attacks and then went for a soft feint when the enemy's guard was lowered. So again, 2 instant attacks trying to come up her way, but she just blocks it again. She was so fast, ready for it, deflecting those attacks. When you see a red attack coming on, it can't be dodged. She was ready for it after being wrecked by those combos too. However, there are certain undodgeable attacks too, and obviously your character's sword has to be in the right direction, in the right guard to block attacks. So she was practicing. Look, she's waiting this time. She's playing cautious. A nice attack there. She was again, her guard was up. She spammed him again and got a nice jab in there too. The enemy just can't get a hit on her. Another parry there. Ooh. And a little bit of dangerous damage there. C.O.Z is now backing up. Her defense is going back higher, but she's still managing to snag those hits. Look at that fast-paced gameplay. This is Kensei in action. A great improvement and a victory. She got a boost. Happy birthday from the C.O.Z. Litpack Nation Wolfie the boss. November the 2nd and his on a full. Ready or not, it's time for that war.
She go ski up. What's that on the watch? Outside that shit, but yeah. And I ain't scared, nothing gon' bring me down. I'm sat on the watch whilst they scramble for the crown. Observe, learn and watch how history repeats. Life gonna kick your ass real hard, live, die and then repeat. We working, we grinding to get them in dubs. Our trains, our work, bring down them snubs. With the way of the blade and the skating with me. Gold touch the old club, but he's the broski. Yeah, he's the broski. He's our wolf fight. He's the broski. He's our wolf fight.
Yeah, you won't see him coming. Him and his pack be prowling. You can't run, but you can't hide. Chant it loud, your wolfy pride. Yeah, you won't see him coming. Him and his pack be prowling. You can't run, but you can't hide. Chant it loud, your wolfy pride. Happy birthday from the C.O.Z. Litpack Nation Wolfie the boss. November the 2nd and his on a full. Ready or not, it's time for that war. It's time for that war. Now it's time to wind down, so prepare for the birthday show. The Wizard of Course gonna cast one more game for the Litpack and all. Yeah, he's our Wolfie. Yeah, he's our Boltstruck. Oh, happy birthday. Happy Steve. Working with Randy to get on dubs. The trains are working down to snobs to the way the blade. The spirit with me goes so good, but he's the Wolfski. Yeah, he's the broski. Or he's a Wolfie. Yeah. A little bit of a rap in there and stuff. I don't typically do it, otherwise I'd probably have a little freestyle channel right now. So this is not something to encourage it. based on certain principles. However, I did decide to just do a few spoken word bars in between as well, mixing it up. And these are none of my songs. I think I wrote the lyrics, literally the property, and I've mentioned that as well. Now back to the game. Here we are going to be commentating it. So yeah, happy birthday, brother Wolfums. And we're going to get back to our final match of the day. So it was going to be 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds to another match of Domination. We're going to enjoy one inside the canyon now. So it is Valkenheim. It is for honor. Again, this match was recorded when I was still playing Kensei. As I said, I spent a good degree of time in the game, and I mainly just practiced Kensei after switching from Orochi as well, just to get an idea, work on a character. But hardcore players such as Wolfums and his Litpack Nation, and I know some of his buddies as well, they often play multiple characters. So yeah, 28, 27 seconds on the canyon. And Dominion, we've got the defenders and the attackers. They're on each side. So let's get into it. Right. The defenders versus the attackers. Getting very good. And yeah, we've got C.O.Z along with the Strike, FTW, B48Y, and Odd One Ned 11. Because I've had it Lightning, it's 24 as well. So let's do this right away. Get into the map. But yeah, Domination, I really enjoyed this game mode. And I think one reason why I just kept playing Domination instead of exploring other game modes is because typically when I'm trying to improve or best myself, when C.O.Z is trying to, because I keep going from third person to first person, when C.O.Z is trying to best herself at a game mode, it is better to stick to one playlist, understand the rules of the game and improve it. C.O.Z doing Duels as well. Looks like they're surveying the battlefield. It's orange versus blue, and let's go to the canyon right away. Ooh, great arrow there. And C.O.Z is straight off. But I really enjoy Domination because it's a sort of objective game mode that a lot of people understand. It's simple, but it requires a good strategic defending of points as well as alternating points when the enemy starts putting up pressure. And straight for the push there, 2 teammates. It looks like that we've got one enemy over here as well. Looks like they're both ganking him, but ganking is a perfectly valid way, especially as an early new game player, to take out enemies. But it looks like he or she has acquired his perk. So what I mean by that is you see those undodgeable attacks there. It's taking all 3 of us to go up against them, and when you play perk inside For Honor, you kind of get this whole immortal status. Being quite an early game player, you're still a really good take out there, and Zeke and Zone C captured, and there's a team game after him. But being an early game player, the perks that I mainly unlocked on, or she mainly, because I'll play mainly unlocked on Kensei, I'm going a bit out of character over here, were probably the healing perk as well. So sticking around teammates and healing them is always good. We're clearing out those bots now. They're going straight for B. B is always at the center. B is that sort of point within most Domination games that is always swarmed towards the middle of the map. I'm not sure, but with most Bs, because it's right in the middle. And so if you want to be doing a capture, you should either go for C or B or A or B as well. It's normally that games normally start off this way inside Domination anyway. I don't think I've ever seen gameplay where they go straight for A and C initially, unless they do on an alternate or rotation. Again, another face-off, a great parry there. She's backing up. Her teammate helping her now, and a fantastic kill there. That is awesome. She's got 5 points there as well. I think she's taken down 2 people. She's going really aggressive there. As you can see, she's been practicing her combos. And I think during this game as well, she was getting generally a better idea. She was getting very fast, breaking through the guards, keeping her guard generally in the direction to parry a hit or a counter attack here and there. And I think mostly with the Domination as well, unless you're in like a hardcore duel or Duels, there's a less technicalities when it comes to fighting, unless you're in like a higher ranked lobby or something. Again, taking out the bots, really fighting for B. We got a lot of those blue bots coming for ooh, and then enemy sneaks up with her. Oh, and she gets taken down. If she had been a little bit quicker there or better with her timing, she would have been able to take him out, possibly with a combo, a quick strike, or just being in the direction of generally being able to block it. In terms of the undodgeable attacks, they can be parried, and I've actually asked Brother Wolfums this myself when studying his gameplay and doing a bit of analysis, watching watching how they do it. Them lot of pros compared to me. Like, look at me, I'm just floundering around and stuff. Looks like it's kicking off right now as well. Contending so far, 367, 220, 220. The score is close. It is kicking off over here, and another fantastic kill there. She's still doing what she should be doing. You know, she's not just focusing on hogging kills, because that could potentially lose you the game. As I keep saying, your renown it comes from contributing towards the team. So she's taking out those bots and she's helping her team take them out, but it looks like she's overwhelmed and outnumbered. And if you're not a skilled player, you cannot take out you cannot take out enemies that gank you. So yeah, dueling definitely helps with upping your performance and gaining more kills. It is still better to be gaining more takedowns and kills generally within a domination game, because of course you're clearing the map, which ideally gives your teammates more of a chance to then go and recapture those points or defend on them. I think where a lot of both C.O.Z's beginner mistakes and in general mistake that new game players or just people who don't prioritize the game mode understand, and it varies. Sometimes she does better, sometimes she does worse. You know, she's very average. She's very regular. You know what I'm saying. So but in general, it's very easy to forget that you can capture points, but you also need to defend them. Right now, it's free on free, literally. C.O.Z trying or struggling not to be attacked on the flank. Great team play there. This is the sort of teamwork we are talking about that you want to see in a team game, especially a Ubisoft action title. This is beautiful to see. And then a team heal as well, or at least a heal on herself. It really depends again who's in the vicinity, but I think generally these perks are there to be used to help your teammates too. They're now gunning for A, so it's really good. Right now, they currently have C and A occupied. I would say, though, that one of us should have been at this time holding one of the points so that we didn't have to keep alternating. And this is the mistake that I always see. You get aggressive, you capture them straight away. You know, we can see that in the 752 lead. My bad, I am a little bit short-sighted. 377. So they are definitely dominating on the enemy now. They've been taking out the bots. You can see those team kills there as well. And she's both also healing herself and then a few team heals too. So she's going on the higher end of taking them out. She was rolling out when she couldn't dodge the attacks. You can parry. If she ain't got the skill, she knows when to generally engage and when to generally not engage. And that is really good game sense. You don't necessarily have to be a pro player or understand the combos to do well in a team. You can adapt with your team. Of course, it depends on whether you have a good team or not. She had a really, really good team during this match, which is why we could see absolutely bloody massacre here. This is the kind of corner we're talking about. Teammate down. Oh, she fails to get the revive. But top of the leaderboard, 10 to 3 and 2 objectives captured. You can see she is doing well across if you look at the analytics, across the averages on her team. I would put it on an Excel spreadsheet. I didn't have time to do it. But you can see she's achieving above the around the average level of objectives. So she is contributing and so are her team. You know, they've got 2 objectives and one guy's even got 3 objectives. So the average across it is pretty good. They are seizing them back. They've lost A now, but she's going straight for C. So you see, sometimes it would be better for her to stand on this objective over here and possibly just defend it so that her teammates, when they're capturing A or they're fighting and stuff, that they won't have to worry about C. So she does wait there sometimes and engages when she has to. And I think it also depends on the kind of role you're playing. We're seeing a lot of Kensei gameplay being casted today. We saw a Kensei versus a Kensei in a really, really good duel to get a really good idea of what his basic attack combos, you know, and why it's such a good class for beginners. It's generally easy. We've got an enemy over here on the lower health too. It should be an easy duel, but coming in with all those undodgeable attacks. She's blocking now. Oh god, she's being team gun. She's rolling away, but I don't think she can handle it. And this is why it's good that she didn't engage. Ooh, she could have got that kill there as well. But see, C is down. But again, they may have lost C, but I think from a strategic base, it was right that she done that, because if she had not at least tried to contest or defend the point, she wouldn't have wasted the enemy's time. Like, even now, they haven't captured C, but her enemies would know straight away that she was her teammates would literally know straight away that she was trying to wall for C, and now they literally have all of the points captured. Do you see what I mean? Her teammates went straight to C, knowing that she had lost that duel as well. And despite, you know, they can't really, no criticism can really be, or improvement in terms of the kills can really come to her based on her skill, because she is actually dominating quite well in this. She's getting an ample amount of kills. She's taking down both the bots and the enemies when she's on She's on B right now. The score is 1045, 660. They are getting absolutely wrecked. This is the kind of fantastic game you want to see now. She's going straight away. Sometimes it's really good to just sneak up and attack. You know, it's never always going to be a fair fight, especially in multiplayer. And we know that C.O.Z likes her fair fights, or actually makes fights harder for herself sometimes because she wants that additional challenge, or she just wants to overcome it based on whatever, the philosopher, the metaphorical stuff. She's just like that. Anything that she finds stimulating, she does, honestly. But in terms of multiplayer, you have other people relying on you. So she's got to be a little bit sensible at least. You know, it's not her and a solo challenge. It's literally a gank fest a lot of the times. Taking out bots, again, getting really under pressure over here, but still somehow managing to hold a fort. She took down some bots in the mid rim, but it looks like she fell slightly behind her performance now. You know, she was dominating the team, but, you know, sometimes that doesn't matter. We could say that it would be great for her to have an MVP for a kind of match like this. And yet it really wouldn't make a difference towards the actual team contribution. We can see that it's flipped now because of these little fellas maybe getting a little bit overwhelmed and losing that point too. And it can be hard because it looks like this team has managed to catch up despite what we thought was a comfortable lead, which is why I'm saying Forerunner can flip absolutely. But yeah, she's going straight onto it again. Their team is not breaking. She's taking every opportunity. There we go. She's up against this knight again. The enemy seems to be spamming a lot of these crazy undodgeable orange attacks. She quite hasn't learned to parry them yet. That would require on her part a little bit more training to do. She knows how to parry the basic attacks, get on the flank, do team kills and rotate. This is just an area of improvement. But despite that, we've got her teammates over here. We can see that they've captured A. It's rotated already. C already under pressure and now completely gone. 1059, 2887, 86 around the 1000s versus the 800s. Yes, they're creeping onto the 900s, so it could be quite close now. And they're not performing as well as they did in the first half of the game. But this should be a comfortable win. As long as the enemy, you know, the enemy is not defending their points. This is what I'm talking about. She's rushing for C again. We've seen C.O.Z a lot of the times, instead of going for the kills, instead of going in for the middle, getting that other point. Why? Because she understands the rotations of this gameplay when she is in her focus mode. She's jiggling, she's dancing on again. She's waiting to decide whether she wants to engage or not. And more often than not, one enemy is going to run there. She may either win, and it's better if she wins as she'll hold the point, or she may either die. And yes, there could be, I would say, more teamwork. She should be doing more revives and stuff. But if they're spread out on a point and you've got maybe two teammates nearby, the expectation is you expect them to revive them. Look, we can see, as predicted, that enemy literally ran for C thinking it was bait, but C.O.Z ain't taking it. Again, another parry. She's still struggling with those really hard hitting attacks. Enemy